It's a pretty common mistake to think of volunteering as just something nice that people can do. Sure, it may make them feel great about helping, but volunteers have an enormous impact on the health and well-being of communities.
You can make a difference and our next guest, Jean Jones with AARP, and Rachel Richardson and Lynn Keithley have information on how volunteering makes a difference for the youth of our area.
We're back again with Volunteering in the Valley, a joint project of CVTV and your local Long Branch area chapter of AARP. We come to you and bring you groups from our community who are doing different projects where they have found a need or something that's not being met in the community. A project gets started. And you know what makes those projects work? It's the volunteers. It's the volunteer effort, the people who are willing to leave home, shut off the TV, and go do something that will make them feel better than anything they ever did in their lives. Today we have with us Rachel Richardson, and she works with a program called Buddy Packs. Rachel, would you explain to us what that program is and how it works? And I know you have one of your volunteers with you, and I'll let the two of you explain how that works.
Okay, thank you, Jean, very much. Thank you for inviting us to be here to talk about the Buddy Pack program. We really appreciate that. I believe it was probably 5 years ago, and I was visiting with Stacy Quinn, who's the assistant principal at the Macon Elementary School, and we were talking about the Buddy Packs and how we had a need for that. And of course, logistics is what the problem was as far as getting them from the Central Missouri Food Bank to the schools and then allocating them out to the students. So we worked on a couple of different patterns, and we've had a lot of people in the last couple of years who have assisted with that, and we're very grateful, and we've been able to evolve, and now at this point it's pretty streamlined, isn't it, Lynn?
Yes, very simple,
yeah.
really.
So again, if you have any time at all, it doesn't take very long to do.
Rachel, would you explain to some of our audience who may not understand what the Buddy Packs are, why we have them, and how they work?
Right. The Buddy Packs is a program that's actually from the Missouri Central Food Bank, and that is in Columbia, Missouri. And once a month, they come and they deliver the Buddy Pack pallet to a warehouse here in Macon. And CNR grocery stores have been kind enough during the entire program to allow us to use their warehouse. And so they deliver there, and then we have our volunteers that go and meet the driver, which it's Mike Laird right now. He's very kind to assist us with that. And then we deliver the Buddy Packs from the warehouse to our vehicles, and they are already prepackaged. We don't have to do anything. They're already prepackaged. They're about this long, about this wide, and they have a lot of different items in there, Lynn. What do you think? They have soup, and they have tuna and peanut butter.
Non-perishable things.
Some cereal, different things to help the kids get through the weekend. Lots of peanut butter for protein, that kind of thing. And then we take those packages in our vehicles and we go to the school. And we meet with Stacy Quinn, and we go into the gym, and we have big tubs in there, and we store them in that area. And then Stacy, whatever the last day of the school week is, provided it's Friday or Wednesday if there's holidays or whatever, she puts those packs into the kids' backpacks. Now, it used to be that they provided a backpack, and that's what we did that. However, Stacy recognized that we could just put it in their backpack, and then people could just go on along with their business, and no one would know the difference. So that's really how the process goes. Stacy and her team determine what kids should be eligible for the Buddy Packs.
Right.
And usually it's about 30 kids a week that receive those Buddy Packs.
That's about the number.
And it's a great program. It really is. We're fortunate in that respect.
So we are looking at children from households that may be at a disadvantage with food and groceries. And so you're attempting with the Buddy Pack to pick up the fact that these young people during the weekend period don't have the free school lunch, they don't have the free school breakfast, and during that weekend period, they might otherwise go without a meal.
That's correct.
Okay.
And also, you know, we don't even know who those kids are. Lynn
Right.
doesn't know, I don't
we
know.
don't have any
Stacy
idea.
is the only person who knows. It's completely anonymous. And so that's kind of nice. And, you know, the school will contact the parents and see if they're interested in their kids participating in that. And that's how it goes. So, and we just don't want kids to be hungry over the weekend.
Yeah. And we don't always realize that in a community like ours that there are as many households as we have, some of them in town, some of them in rural areas, that are food insecure.
You're correct, absolutely. I think that we are all very blessed if we live here in Macon County, but there are a lot of people who hunger is an issue. And so if we can assist them to get through the weekend, that is a great thing for anyone to do.
Okay, tell us now about your guest and how she came to be involved.
Well, Lynn, bless her heart, we put out a APB that we needed assistance, and was anyone available to assist us? And Lynn and her husband came and said, sure,
do that."
we can do that. So you want to explain what your experience has been like, Lynn?
It's been very, very easy. I think the program is already set up. It was well established. I think we've been doing it. This might be our third year. We try to kind of be in consideration of the weather. So we take usually a very wintry
Right,
month.
January.
January. And it is as simple as Rachel said. We go to, we make contact with the driver. We go to the warehouse and we pick up the pre-packed food. We make sure we know that number
Right.
because sometimes it's like a 32
Right.
instead of a 30
Right.
or something like that. And then we deliver it to the school. And there's always a place that those tubs that these food items already prepackaged, as we said, go there. And it's just very, very, very simple. It's not a difficult thing to assist in, and you know, you just don't want to think of these children or these families being hungry. I think if you're hungry, really, it's a challenge to do anything. So
Absolutely,
to
absolutely.
learn or to
Right.
to
And
do
we've
things, so.
even streamlined it more. The school allowed us to put in an additional tub. So oftentimes a person who volunteers only has to go twice a month. So, you know, we've really even made it less time.
Right.
So that's a good thing. And the Macon County Ministries, they're the people who actually oversee the program. We're the worker bees, and Macon Healthcare, we coordinate the program, and we have since its inception. And we're very fortunate because usually volunteers take a whole month. And so Lynn and her husband has taken a whole month. There's been a variety of other people. I think they're going to list those people on the channel so you can see those. And it just really makes a big difference because sometimes it's difficult for people to volunteer for the entire month or for the entire school, or not the month, the entire year or the entire school year or what have you. But a month, usually anybody can do.
Yes, and it's just so streamlined, and it doesn't take a long period of time out of your day, or it is very simple,
Right.
and such a useful thing, and appreciated so much by the school and the kids and
Yeah.
their families.
Absolutely.
So
And-
it's a great program.
And we have had some people who've asked us about donations in the past, and I always send them to Jan Barton because she's the person who can coordinate that. Now, in the past, the ethanol plant had a contest, and they had some money to donate, and I think we used those for turkeys or something, and that was great for Christmas or Easter, that kind of thing. So as an individual or business, if that's something you're interested in doing, by all means, see Jan Barton or myself, and we can see how we can get that set up.
And as far as new volunteers, do you have maybe a list that you'd like to have some people who are willing to serve as subs?
Sure.
Let's say one of your regular people wakes up with the flu and says, I can't do this today. So, you know, that might be something for you out there if you'd like to try out this program and see if it's a good fit for you. Contact these folks and see if maybe serving as a sub will get you in, and you may find that this is a good fit for you or for your group. So ladies, we really want to thank you for coming, and this is such an important thing because as much as we don't want to have to think about it, there are hungry kids in our community.
Absolutely.
And anything that we can do, anything that our groups can do in the community to keep that from happening, we're all in favor of it.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Want to give a special recognition to all of you out there who are doing caregiving. It may be that you do errands or favors for a neighbor who's less able than you. It may be that you have a friend or a family member or a spouse, someone that you spend an awful lot of time. You know, you're a volunteer too. The value of unpaid caregiving in this country is something that goes hugely unnoticed and terrifically unrecognized. I just want to say to all of you out there who are doing this, thank you from all of us. We may all need a caregiver at some point in time. We've got lots of other places where you can go if you have some spare time. Don't forget that there are other groups in our community that are addressing food issues. Think of the Agape Cafe. Think of the Senior Center. They do the Meals on Wheels, and they also have a meal on site. Think about your food pantry, both your monthly distribution and your emergency pantry. One quick note on the emergency pantry: we're getting ready. Long Branch area chapter will have our day of service. Leading up to that, we will have containers in almost any place you want to stop off in the community. We've probably got 12 sites lined up where there will be containers for donations for the emergency food pantry. And if you feel the urge to help somebody who is short of groceries this week or this month, folks can go to the emergency food pantry a total of 4 times a year. It's not meant to take the place of other programs. It's meant to serve as a stopgap for somebody who has an unforeseen situation where there just isn't going to be enough food in the house this week. So keep those services in mind. Give your time and effort when you can. Our Girl Scouts, our 4-H'ers, those organizations are always looking for leadership, for judges, for folks to help with projects. We've got the Community Child Development Center, which is a wonderful service for our parents who need to work and need good, reliable daycare, but have limited means to pay for it. And I think even if my means weren't limited, I would probably like having my child in that daycare center. And think of some of the other things around, like our nursing homes. And I know that one of our guests today is associated with one of the local nursing homes. And also think about our not-for-profit hospice programs and similar things. You've got lots of organization names, numbers, contact folks on your screen. Look those over, find a service or an activity that interests you. You'll find a spot. I promise you, you will. And if you can't find one, you contact me and I'll help you find one. Lots of other things out there. In the meantime, enjoy and take a little time out to volunteer. Thanks again.
Thank you, ladies. The Buddy Pack is just an outstanding program, and so we thank you for all you do on that.
Absolutely.
Watch the latest events and sports with Sheridan Valley Pay-Per-View. Don't miss knockout boxing matches, comedy specials, concerts, and more. Check out our featured events online on the address on the screen.
Order through your digital receiver by following the menu on the screen after finding the event, or it might be simpler just to call 660-395-9000.
Upcoming featured events are UFC 191, and that's on Saturday, September 5th, Mayweather versus Berto on Saturday, September 12th, and WWE Night of the Champions on Sunday, September 20th.
Great events you don't want to miss.
Yeah, a lot of boxing, a lot of wrestling.
Well, this is a busy weekend in the Valley. In addition to the Relay for Life in Sheridan County and Salisbury and the Fork and Cork Festival in Macon, there's also the Shelbyville Car Show and Marceline Wine Stroll.
Ruby Arment wants everyone to come out to the Shelbyville Old Settlers Car Show this Saturday at Kessler Park, just 2 blocks east of the square.
With almost 30 different classes of vehicles, it's no wonder it's named the biggest little car show in Missouri. You may register your vehicle from 8 to 12, trophies awarded at 2:30, food and drinks available, and they're raffling off 2 shrimp boil tickets.
Marceline's 4th annual Wine and Art Stroll is this Saturday from 4 to 8 p.m. in downtown Marceline. Dining choices and street seating available throughout the event as art and live music fills the streets. New this year is a bingo game for all participants.
And with Labor Day weekend in a couple weeks, you know what that means. The 39th Great Pershing Balloon Derby in Brookfield. Lots of activity will be taking place, and we'll bring you more on that next week.
You've heard the saying, one man's trash is another man's treasure. Well, Macon Diversified Industries wants you to show how you turn what some might throw into trash into beautiful art.
The Waste to Art competition is September 20th, so now is the time to get your project completed. You may enter your reused art into the competition and win prizes. For more information, check out macondiversified.com.
Everyone's computer needs a tune-up from time to time. Is it time for yours? Let Sheridan Valley's team of certified professionals assist you. Call today at 660-395-9000, option 3, and we'll provide prompt, professional, and affordable service.
You don't need a special reason to give blood, you just need your own reason. Some give because they were asked by a friend or know a family member in need. Some believe it's just the right thing to do. Whatever the reason, the need is constant and your contribution helps change lives.
Mark your calendar for one of the several upcoming Red Cross blood drives. First Christian Church in Macon is hosting a blood drive on August 31st from 1 to 6. Bevere Baptist Church on September 1st from 2 to 5, and Missouri Department of Transportation in Macon on September 17th from 12 to 4.
This week on Sheridan Valley Television, you will see Tammy's Kitchen, Woodworking with Jace, Grilling in the Park, Spinning Wheels, a Tractor Pull, a Talent Show, along with many more of your favorite local shows on CVTV.
Check out our weekly lineup for a full listing at cvalley.net, and also check out CVTV's YouTube channel for all your favorite CVTV programs. Simply click on the YouTube icon on Sheridan Valley's homepage.
Our quote this week comes from author, American singer-songwriter, and poet Patti Smith. Those who have suffered understand suffering, and therefore extend a hand.
Well, I mean, that's very true words on that. Unfortunately, it does sometimes take an occurrence like that to get somebody to reach out that didn't before. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, and that's it for now for the Sheridan Valley Channel and Darren Elizares. I'm Donna Bell, and we thank you for sharing a part of your day with us.
Stay tuned. Another CVTV program is coming up shortly.